Hey guys, I wanted to do a quick overview of a couple reels that I have that are kind of the staple of the salmon fishing community, specifically the Great Lakes salmon community. One of them being the Okuma convector 55L. So this is a pretty big reel. It's definitely has its purpose in fishing for salmon. This is a hefty reel. I have one of these actually set up on one of my rods currently. As you can see, this is a pretty high quality reel. It's the again convector 55L. What the L stands for is that it does have a level wind. It's a it's a lot. There's a lot of kind of like metal components to this reel, so it's not like the typical bottom tier reels that are that have a lot of plastic components. This is sort of like a I would say middle of the line reel in terms of quality. I mean, it is a high quality reel, but there are definitely nicer reels that are priced a lot higher than this one, but this one will get the job done with pretty much everything that you can throw at it, as these are very good hardy reels with good components. It does have this clicker as well in case you want to bother your buddies. So it does have all those features that a great salmon reel should have. This reel, being the 55L, does have a high capacity. It can hold 680 yards of 25-pound line. So it has a huge capacity. When it comes to this reel, you could typically people will run this with like copper line. So this reel is good for anything like 250 copper to maybe about 400. It just depends how much backing you put behind the copper. And then keep in mind you also have to run a leader with the copper. So again, good reel. And so I personally have one of these that I have with spooled with 300 feet of copper. And so, another reason why this doesn't have a line counter is because, if I have 300 feet of copper, I know that when I let out 300 feet, again, I know it's 300 feet because I let out all of the copper. So I don't need a line counter in that sense. So that's a good reel with a lot of capacity in case you want to spool a lot of line. This is the 4.0 to 1 gear ratio. The drag on this is about 22 pounds. Some guys update the drag washers on these. Other ones say that they're just fine the way they are. This reel does pick up about 34 inches of line per rotation of handle. So, just really nice, nice high quality reel for higher capacity lines. And then there's also its smaller cousin, the 45, the convector 45. So here's the convector 45. This is the D version, so convector cv45d. There is a convector cv45ds version. The difference between the D and the DS version is the D is the low gear ratio, which is the 4.0 to 1, same as the big brother, the 55. And so this one picks up about 26 inches of line per rotation of handle. The DS, which is the high speed, picks up about 41. So yeah, it does have the benefit of bringing in line faster, especially when you have the line far out. But the downside is that it doesn't have the power to crank in, big flasher flies, things like that. So a lot of people think that the D version is sort of the optimal reel for Great Lakes salmon fishing. Some people like the DS version, which is the high speed one, but you definitely don't have as much power bringing in all that stuff at the end of your line. I have this reel on set up with a couple rods, and so I have them set up mainly with braid. You can see there's some backing here. I will spool this one with braid and we'll set up another rod. And so I will put on typically braided line on this, and I'll run like dipsies on it, or I'll run just like planer boards, or maybe even like some, you know, flasher flies, or you can use this with like a downrigger. It does have the line counter, which is nice. And again, since you will be using it with different setups, not just copper, the line counter does come in become very beneficial. The one reel that I do have spooled with copper, I have 200 feet of copper on it. So, you know, when I let out the copper, I know it's 200, but I also have the line counter because these do come with that line counter. So that's a great feature. So it just really depends, you know, what you're going to be using the reel with. Both very smooth reels, and here's just a quick size comparison of both of them. So here's the 55L and the 45D. Here's both of the reels side by side. Here's how you mount them. They just mount into the reel seat. They do come with this hardware in the box, which has kind of like, comes with a bottle of oil for lubricating the reel, but it also has this this reel mount to mount this reel to your fishing rod with a couple of screws. But I just slide it into the reel seat and crank it down, and it seems fine for me. So let me know what you guys think about these reels. Do you use these reels? Do you like them? Have you had any issues with them? Let me know in the comments. Thank you.